Hello! Welcome back to the most scuffed Infinite Climax Pure Plat playthrough on YouTube. It's the 7th episode, Chapter 6. This chapter was a smooth ride, which feels pretty nice after the whole ordeal of this Chapter 5. So the first verse is against a bunch of fire enemies. The basic thing to do against these guys is to put on a fire durga, at least one on the feet, so that you can do maybe a sweep or 2P into a K into a bomb in order to demolish them. But I don't like doing that, so I just use the guns. You can put out the fire with a bunch of bullets, and then you can juggle them like normal. You can also put fire durga on both your hands and feet, and you're safe from their fire, but I don't know if there's anyone who can play with those things. It's just so slow and clunky. So here you see me fail to hit 3 buttons. Wonderful gameplay. The second verse is against 2 worms at the same time. Now these worms are exactly the same as the worms on Chapter 5, with one difference is that they have very little HP. They can be killed very fast. And combo is not exactly a problem here either. They know that these guys are weak, and they also give you a climax finish at the end, which helps a lot. You can actually kill both of the worms at the same time and not get the climax finish, but it's hard to do, and there's not really any reason to. The first 3 start with the deer decoration. Now, I found out that you can actually just skip these guys if you don't like dealing with them. You can run to the end of this verse, dodge through all the spike trap, and they just despawn. But no, they do give a bit of combo and some magic orbs, so not really any reason not to kill them. The spike traps here are in the middle of the verse, so I think if you get hit by them, it counts as damage during the verse. I never actually did get hit by these things, so I don't really know, but it sounds logical. So this verse is a bunch of basic enemies again, and as always, they have very high combo requirement. There are 3 bow guys in this fight. If you want, you can torture attack on one of them to get their bow, which will be very helpful in the next mandatory verse. But I really think it's necessary, and it can trivialize the next fight, which means it becomes boring. So run back for the first hidden Alfheim. I say first, but I think there's only one Alfheim in this chapter, and is a use torture attack one. Now, usually say that torture attack Alfheims are one of the worst, and I hate them. But this one is an exception, because they only ask you to do one torture attack, and the fight is against a pair of Gracious and Glorious, the upgraded version of Grace and Glory, which is a very fun fight. And since you only need to do one torture attack, this is basically a regular fight against Gracious and Glorious. With only one caveat is that you have to remember to finish at least one of them with a torture attack. So, this Alfheim is very fun! In fact, I think you can just play however you want, and if there's one guy left, you can just taunt and dodge just for a little bit, and you already have enough orbs to get a torture attack in. This guy attack very aggressively, so it's easy to get dodge magic off of him. There's no real reason to prioritize killing anyone in this fight though, because you can't take Angel Arms out of Alfheims, which is bullshit, but oh well. So here, this next fight is basically the last fight again, with a pair of Gracious and Glorious. If you did the torture attack on a bow guy in the previous verse, you're not too unlucky and they dodge all your bow shot, then you can effectively just kill one of them outright with your bow, which makes this fight very easy because it's just one Gracious or Glorious left. But that's no fun. Grace and Glory and the upgrade version, the white Gracious and Glorious here, are basically the best enemies to fight in this game. Triple Grace and Glory or double Grace and Glorious are the most fun you can have, so I don't see why you would just use an Angel Arms and ruin it. 3 Gracious and Glorious is a little bit bullshit though, and you will have to fight 3 of them at one point later. So this 5th verse is still going on, and it has 3 parts, 2 of which are optional. This part is optional, you can just run to the end and you'll just die. And after the bridge breaks here, you can run back a little and they will spawn a few more enemies for you to fight. Now, these guys will help you meet the combo requirement, but I don't think they're necessary, because I didn't discover these guys for a long time. After I finished my regular playthrough on Infinite Climax actually, I still get Platinum combo here just fine. But these guys are more an insurance rather than a necessity. So if you're sure you did enough combo on the 2 Gracious and Glorious, you don't really need to care about those guys. Though they do provide you with a bow, which is very helpful in this verse, which is basically an out-of-body battle against, again, a bunch of basic enemy. So the bow will help you get a lot of multiplier to start with. Now, I'll admit that I actually am afraid of these basic affinities fight the most, because I get hit here a lot. Like, these affinities hit me a lot because just the sight of a basic grunt enemy in a game just make me become super greedy. Just bring out the greed. Like, just keep trying to get that one more hit in. And then I get hit. But this verse is nothing difficult. Just run around. Don't let them hit you. Next verse is a gimmick. You're basically fighting a bunch of enemies that you can't do anything against unless you use environmental objects. Let's pick up the street lamp here. Try to taunt to keep the combo going, because it's actually really easy to fail combo requirement here, which is, to be honest, quite bullshit. So put on the Gaze of Despair just to make sure. This next part is very annoying because you're dependent on the little piece of shit to move quick enough. Sometimes, for some weird ass reason, she just refuse to run and you get stuck. I think these objects you throw into the big guy also give you combo point, even though they don't tell you, because by the end of the verse, if you throw a lot, your combo point is very high, and I don't think just whacking a few affinities with the street lamp could rack up that much combo point. So try to throw a lot to ensure you get the pure platinum. Time limit is quite generous, I think. I never really have a problem with time in this verse. Next verse is two-part. First part is with two dogs, Fairness and Fearless, if I remember correctly. It's also optional. You can just run to the next room and start the next verse. But I don't think you can get a platinum combo if you don't fight these guys. So there's no real reason not to. I don't know if these dogs will follow you if you don't kill them. As I have never actually skipped these. I just know that you can. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the face of a fucking pedophile. Where's Chris Hansen when you need him? But this guy is basically just a beloved that's a bit oversized. Now, because of his size, if you get really high with two afterburner kicks, he actually almost cannot reach you with anything, which is weird. And I hate this attack. Basically, he does the meteor call that he does at the beginning, before the face, but the point is, the camera point up toward him, even though the meteor indicator is on the ground. I don't know why they do that. Just stupid. You can still see? But why? But just why? Oh, and this entire thing is an unskippable scenes. I don't know why it is unskippable. It makes this part quite annoying. So now this segment. Prepare for a fail montage. don't know a way to consistently run past this place fast. Sometimes I can do it if I'm lucky, and sometimes I just can't. The best thing you can do is actually to run slowly, because you can parry these lasers. I didn't know that for a long time. But you can parry them, which makes a slow play very safe. And I decided to keep this cutscenes in, even though I don't really have anything to rant about this episode. Because, well, obvious reason. I love this cutscenes. It's just so stupid. Just so silly. And this fake Bayonetta pull out a pair of Scarborough Fair from who knows where. So yeah, the fake Bayonetta attacks right out of cutscenes, which is again fucking bullshit. I don't know if this is actually a GIMP version of the Bayonetta you fight in the Lost Chapter, or is actually just a special joy. And this joy introduction scenes is just so over the top, sexual. And guess what? She attacks out of fucking cutscenes. So normally you fight against one joy here, and if there's only one joy, it's actually a problem to get combo to get to platinum. But if she splits once, it becomes 2 joy, and combo becomes a piece of cake at that time. But if she, like you see here, splits twice, then well, you get another fucking triple joy fight. When you reduce the number down to 1, try to pressure her non-stop, don't let her split. That should be the final verse of this chapter. It's not a very long chapter, and I had a very smooth ride with this one. I kinda need it after overcoming the damn chapter 5 curse. Next one will be another boss fight chapter, which means it will be another short one. The next boss fight is pretty fun actually, even though it is simple, but it's very fun. Well, see you guys next time then.